Chris Pine, guilty of DUI, asks for special treatment. So Chris Pine has been convicted of drunk driving. Apparently this took place in New Zealand on March 1st. And when he was pulled over, they tested his alcohol level and it was a 0.11. And just like here in the States, 0.08 is the legal, I guess, drinking amount. Limit, yes. And so he clearly was over that. Now, according to the New Zealand Herald, they said that Pine's attorney, quote, sought a discharge without conviction, even though he did plead guilty. And they argued that, quote, a conviction would outweigh the gravity of the offense. And then they did note that it would be really difficult for him to go travel to other countries. They said especially Canada, because this would now put a damper on his visa and getting across the border. So then apparently the lawyer also brought up that he's had no prior history and that he's very charitable. I guess he recently did a big donation to a local New Zealand foundation called Cure Kids, which is helping children with life-threatening illnesses. So the judge did take all that into consideration, but she still decided to convict Chris Pine, and he was sentenced to a fine and his license was suspended. And she said, quote, this issue of a visa will be a complication, but you're no different to other people who may wish to travel to Canada. And she said that you should be treated like everybody else. Thoughts, 5 words or less?
A real Star Trek.
V for vodka.
I was gonna say better than a star wreck.
Good. Yeah. Star trekking into darkness.
Oh.
Whoa. Sam, that was good.
Oh, good. Thank
deep.
you. Okay.
I'm gonna need a minute with that one.
Take it all in. Let it marinate. Yes, Chris Pine, he did admit, he didn't try to do the non-guilty plea.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could really argue that with a .11, but he did say
Probably
that.
slur your words while you're doing it.
But he did say that he was guilty. But what did you guys think about his defense team trying to allow him to just kind of let them sweep it under the rug because he's a celebrity and it will affect his visa? And they also, the attorneys made it a big deal that he's already suffered in the sense of negative publicity.
What negative?
You should have thought that before the 4 drinks of vodka.
Yeah.
You had like 4 vodka drinks or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
Were you surprised to hear his defense team pull out those stops?
Hilarious.
Or is that their job?
It's like they're essentially saying stars don't have to suffer the same consequences as normal people. They have that extra layer of armor. And and he's like, I can't go to Canada. Well, first of all, I love that Canada's like that. Canada's like, we don't want any drunken people here, huh?
Yeah.
Why not?
Right.
He donated money to charity. He's like saying, oh, I've suffered publicly. And the judge is like, that's great. Guilty.
Good.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I think the judge handled it perfectly. She did say, listen, I appreciate that you're remorseful. I love that you donated to charity. I love the fact that you don't have any prior histories, but you're no different than anybody else. How many times have we seen celebrities be treated like they are better than the rest of us? So good for this judge, and apparently his license is now suspended in New Zealand.
The fine is like $300.
And the fine is like $300, which should be way more.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think about the fact that
Did it in the first place?
yeah, let's talk about celebrities drinking and driving.
Yeah, I say we should. I think it's so irresponsible. I can't even believe that I believe that people do it all the time, but I'm glad he took responsibility for it. But at the end of the day, it's especially if you're a celebrity, you don't want this coming back to haunt you. And you can't afford to take a cab or an Uber or a Lyft.
You're absolutely
right. So why not
right.
do that if you know you're going to drink?
Because celebrities can do it all. They have so
do you
many
think it comes from an
powers, right?
entitlement where
Yes.
they think no matter what that they can get away with things?
Yeah, I have 4 drinks and maybe I think it'll
fine.
be cool. What's the worst that could happen? Maybe a DUI, maybe some time in jail. Maybe not. Maybe I just give them money.
There is absolutely no excuse to drink and drive. You could have easily killed somebody else. You could have easily killed yourself. And this isn't something that there should be any leniency towards.
No.
When you're a celebrity and you're not even worried about the cost, why not hire a driver? Why not hire an Uber? You have no excuse whatsoever.
Right, especially, most poor people like me, we drink at home.
Right.
Like rock stars.
Yeah.
We party like celebrities, just inside.
Yeah.
And it's I have enough trouble making it from where I was drinking in my house to my bed without knocking into crap.
Exactly.
Yeah. So hopefully this can be a lesson for all. Yes. Don't drink and drive. Chris Pine, celebrities, everybody included. Okay, so what do you guys think about Chris Pine and his DUI and the sentence from the judge? Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you all next time on Pop Sugar.